Either resting the foot on the outside of the ankle, the outside of the calf, or the outside or the inside. So you can either rest your foot on the inside of the ankle, the calf, or the thigh, depending on where you feel like you can keep your balance. Just making sure that the foot isn't putting any pressure on the inside edge of your knee. Now we're going to take the left hand to the front of the left hip, and then the right hand comes to the inside of the thigh, and we're just going to gently press them open, trying to draw the knee out to the side, and that's what's going to deepen that inner hip opening. Find your point of gaze, find your drishti so that you can keep your eyes fixed on one spot, and that's going to help to keep the mind focused. When the mind is focused, we can hold our balance much more easily. Now once you find that balance, bring the hands into the heart. So you might want to stay here. You might want to take the arms up. Maybe they're out. Whatever arm position is going to work for you. Now very slowly releasing the foot wherever it's at, keeping that knee up in the air. Don't drop the foot. We're going to make a slow transition back into a crescent lunge by stepping the right foot back. Really reaching back, dropping the sole of the foot down. Sinking the hips straight down to the floor. We're starting out with this crescent lunge to get an opening through the hip flexor on the right side. To deepen that opening, roll the pelvis back slightly. Think about drawing the lower abs in, tucking the tailbone down to the floor, and you'll feel that opening right here through the front of the right hip. You can either keep the hands on the sides of the pelvis to feel that motion, or if you want, you can extend them up into your crescent lunge. Now whenever we deal with hip opening, we also need to add in a note about knee safety, because if the hips are tight and we push ourselves too far, that twisting movement is going to get translated down into the knee joint. We never want any twisting forces on the knee. It's going to upset those ligaments. So look on this side, make sure that your knee is directly over your second toe. Same thing on the back, it should be a straight line from the kneecap back to the second toe. The heel is pointing straight back. Don't let the heel of the foot roll in or out. Now I'm going to turn sideways so that we can see this a little bit better. To deepen our crescent lunge, we're going straight down toward the floor with the hips. As you do that, if the front knee starts to slide too far away, you might need to widen your stance, slide the feet farther away from each other, because we want to keep that knee directly over the ankle. We'll take one more deep breath, sinking down through the hips. Now take the arms out in front. We're going to inhale, circle the right arm up, exhale, open it out to the side. We're into our warrior two. Spread the arms out. Now warrior two, really nice hip opener here on the left side. And we want to do that same adjustment. We're going to take the right hand, pull the right side of the hip back, left hand to the inner thigh, gently roll the knee out to the side. As you look down, you should be able to see your big toe. Your knee is rolling out toward the little toe to give yourself a little bit of space. Thinking about rolling the hamstrings under and the top of the thigh, the quadriceps out. Now from here, let's take our arms out, keeping that rotation in the knee, or I should say in the thigh. We're going to come over into side angle stretch. Drop the left forearm on top of the left thigh, right arm comes up over the ear. As you do, sink the hips down to the floor. A lot of times students kind of pull back through the hip, hike this right side of the hip up. You want to think about releasing straight down to the floor, but again, just as much as you can keep the knee over the ankle. If you're comfortable here and you want to go a little deeper, you're going to take the left hand, drop it to the inside of the left foot, and then open the right arm up to the ceiling. Make sure that you don't start to collapse through the chest or let the right shoulder roll forward. We're trying to use our inhale, roll the right shoulder back, open the right hand back, and then very gently pressing the left arm to the inside of the left leg so that we get that extra opening through the hip. Let's use our inhale. Use the abs to pull back up into warrior two. It's an inhale, straighten the left leg. We're going to make our way into triangle. So get that little shift in the hips. Tuck the left hip underneath, right hip raises up. Lengthen out through the left fingertips. And then start to roll yourself over. Inhale, open the right arm up to the ceiling. There's kind of an interesting action going on in the hips here. We're reaching up through the inner thigh, getting a nice opening here, but trying to tuck the right sitting bone underneath you. Getting that nice flat body here. Everything is just in one straight line. Let's take one more deep breath here. Use your inhale to come back up. Exhale, release the arms. Turn the toes to face the side of the mat. And then we'll draw the heels in. Angle the toes out to the sides. Take an exhale, sink the hips straight down. And then adjust the feet as you need to keep the ankle right underneath the knees. Draw the hands into your heart. This is our goddess pose. So sometimes we can take the arms up into cactus or out to the sides. A lot of different variations with arms. But the important thing is that the knees are rolling out to the side to get that inner hip opening. Now we can deepen that opening by using the arms to help a little bit. We'll take the right hand, press it on the inside of the right leg, inhale the left arm open. Coming up through the center, over to the other side. Just take one more time each side, center, over to the right. Inhaling center. Exhale, drop the left hand down. Inhaling, coming back up, so you're really feeling it in the thighs now. We'll use our inhale to lift, roll the toes in, bring the hands onto the hips on your exhale, take a forward bend. Letting the weight of the head relax down here. If you feel like you have some more space in the hips, you might want to heel toe the feet a bit wider apart. And as you come forward, think about spreading the sitting bones out to the sides. Taking an inhale, coming halfway up, heel toeing the feet just a little bit closer. We'll take our inhale, come back up to standing. Then let's turn the toes out, draw the heels in, take our exhale, drop down into goddess, starting with the hands at the heart. Just feeling that exhale sinking straight down through the hips. Using an inhale, straightening yourself up. We're going to continue that sequence over to the other side. So we'll turn the right toes toward the front of the room. Just angle the left toes in slightly. Inhale, reach the arms out. And then set up for your triangle. Reach through the right fingertips. Tuck the right side of the hip underneath. Lift the left hip up. On your exhale, tilt yourself over. And then get that nice chest opening. Draw the left shoulder back, open the left fingers up to the ceiling. Feel that line from the inside of the right heel up to the inside of the right groin. Thinking about rolling the left sitting bone underneath you so that you're nice and flat. Let's take one more deep breath here. On an inhale, engaging the core muscles to pull yourself back up to center. Take an exhale, bend into the right knee, Taking a warrior two position. Now look down, make sure that you can see that big toe. Make sure that the knee is rolling out to the side. We're going to come through our side angle stretch first, dropping the right forearm on top of the right thigh, left arm comes up to the ear, roll the left shoulder back. Now just check that you're not hiking the hips back like this. Try to sink the hips almost on a diagonal toward the front of the, or toward the back of the right heel. If you're comfortable here and you want to go a little deeper, drop the right hand to the inside of the right foot and use the arm to just gently nudge the knee out to the side, deepening that inner hip opening. If you can't quite reach the floor with the right hand, you can also put a yoga block right underneath your hand. That's a really good way to just start working on this version of the pose. Let's use our next inhale. Engage these side ab muscles. Use your obliques to pull yourself back up. Find your warrior two. Glance down. Make sure that the knee is still rolling out to the side. Reaching for the pinky toe. If you need a little bit of help, reach your right hand down and just gently nudge that leg out toward the side. Feeling that rotation. Hamstrings are pulling underneath. Quadriceps, top of the thighs rolling out. And then if you need to, you can take the left hand onto the left hip and just get that little opening, just like we did in our tree pose. Let's take our inhale, open arms out. We're ready to make our way back into our crescent lunge. So you roll the hips forward, facing toward the front of the room, come up onto the ball of the left foot, reach the arms up. While you're here, rolling the pelvis back, getting that opening through the left hip flexors. Just gently trying to tuck the tailbone toward the floor, pulling the lower abs in. Now we'll start that slow transition back up to standing, shifting your weight forward onto the right foot, and slowly lifting the left leg up. Try to keep your balance. Turn to the front. If you can, try not to put that foot down as you come into your tree. We'll roll left knee out to the side, either coming onto the inside of the ankle, the calf, or the thigh. We'll take the right hand to the front of the right hip, left hand to the inside of the left thigh, and getting that little opening. Rotate the knee back. Finding your point of gaze that's going to help you to keep your balance. So just picking a spot on the floor to stare at. Maybe starting with hands into the heart. If you feel balanced, you can take the arms up. Maybe like the arms out. So no matter where your arms are, you're still trying to roll the leg out to the side, rotating quadricep muscles out. Take our next exhale, drop the hands to the heart, and slowly releasing the leg. Coming back into mountain, drawing the hands to the heart, and saying namaste. So that was our standing hip opening sequence. I hope you enjoyed it.